the things are actually working.
Yeah, let me check. Yeah, on X we are live.
Nice.
On Rumble with its own timing. Let me see. We are live. And on YouTube, I believe we are live as well.
Yeah, I see there is a connection on YouTube. Ah, there you go. I can see ourselves. Nice.
All right. We are live.
We're freaking live. Nice. Let me quickly close the door and then I guess we just start talking a little bit about some crazy stuff, huh?
Yes.
1 second.
No problem.
By the way, have you seen that?
See what?
The rack behind me there?
No. I see. See. Yeah. Now I see it.
Nice. This is a mini server rack, and currently I do have like 3 Bitaxe hanging on it. On the backside is like a Raspberry Pi, which is why USB connected to all of them.
Nice, man.
And so I can monitor and upload and always make sure that if we do develop new firmware changes, I can upload them to different Bitexes because there's a Ultra, a Max, and a Gamma currently is running on it. So I can upload that and make sure that
Nice.
everything's working.
Nice. You miss only the Super then?
I do have a Supra. The thing is, it is so tight that only 3 will go next into one row.
All right.
That's the only issue. Apart from that, it's lovely.
Cool. No. It's freaking cool, man. Because I saw the picture you posted, I think, on X days ago. I don't recall exactly.
Probably.
And it was nice. It's fucking nice. And instead, did you see the?
It is so rad. I mean, that's the Nerd QX, a collaboration between IX Tech, PMax,
Pleb Days,
Phil 31, and
Phil.
Yeah, Phil 31, and who was the other one? The name?
Trendcraft.
Yeah, that's his name on. I only know his Discord name, so I was not sure what his name was on X. It's really a lovely board.
No, it's amazing. Now I'm nothing waiting for the let's be polite, the UPS to deliver my package, which is basically being held since a week now. 8 days.
It's been held since a week.
Yeah, they actually sent me an email yesterday. Your package has been cleared by the custom.
Fucking hell.
After I called them.
I always do have issues with customs. Like every single time, it doesn't matter. I do get packages from the US, from China, wherever. It's always the same. Oh, we need a little bit more information. Prototype or just a PCB is not enough. Like the heck, what do you want to send? What do you want me to send you? Like schematics and everything else? You can't even do anything with that.
No, exactly. No, they're just bitching for whatever reason.
I mean, I do get it. They need to make sure that no forbidden goods are making it into your country. But
no, okay. But when you order stuff from DigiKey, which is I don't know how many packages they go through the Netherlands from DigiKey, for instance. No, nothing. Mine is held 8 days now. So my plan of start to assemble live the Nerd QX is in standby. Sadly. And this is, by the way, the
I mean, you do get your parts eventually, and then hopefully you make one of these awesome videos. By the way, guys, we haven't even introduced ourselves. Maybe we should
yeah,
start with that
you're
because
right.
I'm really looking forward of seeing more videos from you. It's really refreshing to see someone else also making these sort of videos. So,
Cheers.
would you mind to start introducing yourself so that people do know who they are listening to?
No, of course, of course. Hi everyone. For who doesn't know me, I'm a decentralized mind. Uh, Literally a guy from the working class, working literally like 40, 50 plus hour a week, who decided last September actually was um to build my Bitaxe. Found it basically by pure coincidence on watching YouTube videos and stuff. I don't remember actually who was that I saw the first BTEX. But then, I found about OSMU, the project. I know how to use the workstation, or anyway, the heat gun and the iron. Um, so it was like, okay, I never solder anything on a PCB, so let me practice a bit. And I just bought like the cheapest, crappiest practicing board on AliExpress.
And
Literally
that's
like,
great. You made it.
literally like couple of euro each, like a 2 euro 50, something like that. I don't know what was like maybe a week of practicing, and I was like, yeah, I'm ready. From there, I basically got the first DIY kit from Decentral, and I built my first ASIC. So basically, that board started to work in November when I got, and I didn't know back then, some ASICs from AliExpress. Uh, Finally, I made it work, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy raw PCB components, everything. I did it, and we're talking still around November. The first Supra, which started to work, was mid-February. Until then, it was literally failure every single weekend. I didn't know what was a cold solder. I didn't know how to recognize it. In the meantime, I don't know how many times I watched your videos, because basically nobody else was or made any kind of videos like that. Hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and nothing, 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 nothing. Until suddenly, if you have the picture in your head of the Super 401, on the back side you have one of the biggest capacitor. That one was had a microscopic freaking cold solder.
Oh, damn it.
I didn't see until literally I was looking at this PCB and almost start philosophing on it, like why, and then I saw that the point wasn't shining. Had like a crack. I don't know how to explain it. It's a crack, but it doesn't look a crack. Was weird, and I was like, okay, let me hit it again, power it up, and it was hashing. And then
And you,
just
but it worked, huh?
yeah, and from then like I went fucking berserk.
I mean, you
Literally.
did. I mean, for everybody who doesn't know him, just check out his YouTube channel. It's insane how many videos you've produced. It's really great. And as I said in the beginning, just refreshing to see that you produce these videos. Thank you for doing that.
No, you're welcome. Actually, thank you, because you started first. I just kept doing it because I believe that as much people, uh, sorry, as much people like me wants to do that, but there are no basically videos. Then I
Sure.
was like, okay, if somebody wants to try it, I might not show all the issues, also because lately not every board has issues. except the alignment of the ASICs, which is something different.
I mean,
Uh,
that's usually not an issue of the board, but usually of the person who's trying to sort it.
Basically, yes. No, exactly. Or in the worst scenario, the chip doesn't work, which even then, the same chip tried like uh, 4 time, 5 time even sometimes,
Hmm.
because it looks fine. All the pads were shining, everything. Um, Nothing on the multi-board that didn't work. On the gamma worked. And then I read from some other user in our Discord that harvesting the chips from time to time, they lose the, how to say, the ability to work in a series.
Yeah, that's a thing.
And then I was like, fuck, I lost how many hours? Because then you are always, at least me, I keep questioning myself, like, is it fine, or should I resolder it? Because most of the time, as soon as I have the thought, resoldering it right away. So
Hmm.
yeah, and now I'm so from the Supra, then I moved to Gamma, so still single chip. We're talking about still April, May. End of May, I decided, okay, let's say I have enough, and I went on the NerdQX++. And from there, I really want to say thanks to Xtech, because if it wasn't for them, and especially for one of them, uh, I would probably still stuck, because he taught me a lot, and he's keep teaching me a lot. Like every time I have some issue, sorry to bother you. Could you help me out 1 second, or could you check me, please? And like, as soon as he has time to reply to me. So thanks a lot to them, to him, to Xtech, and yeah, well, from the NerdQX++, then I jumped to the Octex, which basically doubled the agony of the ASICs.
Yeah, it's kind of tough.
But it's a nice one. Now, when it's finally hashing, is like, the pure satisfaction. You just see the numbers are like going up, up. I just say like, oh yeah, now it's working. So this is what I'm doing literally every free hour I have. If I'm not on X, I'm on a PCP, basically. And I'm gonna continue as much as there are home miners to, let's say, open source, and for me be able to assemble them. Let's do it.
It's just amazing. I'm really stoked of how well you did and how quickly you learned all of these things. So yeah,
It's
it's
the
it's great to
drive.
see. Good for you.
Cheers. Now, my thing is, if I'm in something, I mean like all in. I don't have. Also, my girlfriend complaining many times about it. I don't have the shade of gray, or is black or is white, or I'm in or I'm out. Um,
No,
Reason
that's
why,
that's
like,
good. That's good.
it's good from time to times, because I like to ride, let's say, on the edge of the burnout. Um,
Well,
ADHD,
hopefully you
OCD,
don't get into
put them
that.
all. Um, no, 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 no. Let's say when I have enough, just a weekend off, and relax. Otherwise, yeah, PCB.
Well, thank you very much for sharing that. For everybody of you who doesn't know me, I'm WantClue. I am a software developer by training. I do have a degree in software development or business computer science, to be particular here. And yeah, I'm the lead software developer of the Bitaxe project. You probably have heard. I mean, that's the reason probably why you jumped into that stream here today. And my goal here right now, or that I do have, is just with talking with you, Decentralized Mind, about the Bitaxe project, open source stuff, and maybe we do have a couple of bits and pieces that we want to show you. So that's the plan for today. Just chilling, having some good drinks, hopefully,
Oh
and
yeah.
just chatting about why these things are so crazy and why we are so into that. So yeah, there are lots of things going on, and I mean, sure, talking about BitX is one thing. Developing on it is a completely
No.
different story. I do love it. Like I'm as you. Like you try to do all of these solderings, and I'm on the software there and trying to do my best there with a lot of other awesome and brilliant minded people.
Yeah.
So it's just amazing how great this is going, especially because we're in this open source scene here. Like the BitX project itself, as being an open source product, is just great. And one of the craziest things that always comes to my mind is like sometimes I do attend to local meetups and everything else, or bigger meetups, or even conferences like the BTC Amsterdam where we both just met.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, that was
and
nice.
it's so great and weird at the same time. Like at some point, either people do recognize you or you do tell them what you do, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, I've heard about the BitX. Oh, cool. So you manufacture and sell them?" And I'm like, "No."
No.
Like, wait, are you not the company BitX? I'm like, no,
No.
BitX is not a company. Like, how does that gonna work? And I'm like, yeah, well, basically, it was founded of a group of a couple idiots randomly on the internet, and now we are a decentralized community sharing all of our knowledge and making sure that Bitcoin can become what it used to be, an
Yeah.
open source thing. Because mining these days is no longer open source, and too less people are talking about that.
No, no, no,
So
exactly.
it's kind of a weird thing if you do tell the people that BitX is not a company and it is not tied to a company. There are plenty of companies out there manufacturing and selling them, but all of the developers that are working on it actively are not tied into any of these companies. They don't make a living out of that. They
Correct.
just build that for the sake of making sure that either Bitcoin does work again in the intended way, or because, man, it's just freaking fun. I do love software development, so that's what I do.
No, no, no. It's like a win-win, in especially for you.
I mean, yeah, I can share all of the things that I do know, or at least whenever I can or whenever I do have
Yeah.
time, I can make sure to share all of the information. I have a whiteboard. I do have a whole list of things that I want to make videos about, but my time is just running out. I do have a full-time job. I have wifey. I have my kid. It's like you're juggling around with all of these things.
Yeah.
So sometimes it takes a little bit of time before you can make all of these videos, but we're getting there.
No, no, no. I have the same. I feel you. I don't have a whiteboard because my space is shrinking almost day by day, and is gonna shrink even more as soon as the all the rest of the packages will come. Um, but yeah, basically the only difference between, for instance, me and you is I don't have a kid, so I have a bit more free time. But still, I have a list of things, v- videos I want to do, uh, things I want to learn. For instance, Fusion 360, uh, simply building 10 octets. Um, with the job I have and the documentation I have, simply with that, I have like maybe 4 hours spare as soon as I come back at home.
Yeah, well, wow, that's 4 hours that you can spare. But hands down on that, you're doing really great, and I'm really appreciating that. So thanks
Cheers.
for doing that.
No, no, no. So same here, because uh, I know I know and I can imagine all the the stress, the work behind the hardware part side, but the software side I try to vibe coding, and trust me, after a few hours I have a headache. So heads down for all of you guys on the software side, because I couldn't. I have.
But that's a great thing. Everybody does have his own special abilities.
No,
You
no,
are really
sure.
doing great when it comes to soldering, and a lot of other people are doing great when it comes to software part or even other parts of hardware. Like even if you think about it, there are so many parts involved in the BitX or also in all the other products like the NerdX or NerdQX and so on. So you have a heatsink. Sure, the NerdQX plus plus, for example, it does just use a LGA 1151
Yeah,
heatsink, which is a CPU cooler, which
yeah,
is totally fantastic. And PMax, he originally built it exactly that way because he doesn't want to have his own heatsink manufactured and so on, which does have benefits and drawbacks. Like one
yeah.
thing, you can just purchase the goods off the shelf. A drawback is it's probably a little bit more expensive
Hmm.
and you are limited by what you can get.
Yeah,
If you think about the LGA 1151, it only has a really tiny space that it can make contact with the surface of your ASIC chips. So you're
correct.
limited about how many ASICs can you actually fit under them. One of the things is like the QX only can fit 4 chips. Maybe you can shrink it a little bit further and put 6 chips under it, but then you're at the limit. So that's kind of bad.
Yeah,
And here, after you do realize that, there are other parts. Like you need to think about a heatsink. You need to have someone who does understand how to draw a PCB, how to
yeah,
draw and make sure that the components you're trying to stick together are working.
yeah.
So it's really, yeah, it's you need a whole team basically,
No, no, definitely.
and it's just insane. So you have like people for heating, you have people for the PCB,
Yeah,
then you need to have people for soldering,
yeah,
and especially also for the software. Somehow you want this thing to work.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, 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 you're right. The On the PCB side, I tried many times on a KeyCAD, but we're back to the point. I have no time. I cannot find more time to sit there, and try to make, for instance, my own version of whatever board. Uh, that's why I admire,
Like this one.
like that one. Yes. By the way, very nice, the heatsink, since we are talking about them.
Since we're talking about the heatsink, this in particular is a custom built heatsink to especially fit this board, and maybe later on we will talk about this one. Um, yeah, you're totally right about all of these things. It's it is so complicated, and if I go back like 2.5, almost 3 years ago, this whole ecosystem of Open Source Miners United started. I was joining into this project. I had lots of conversation with Scott and other developers back in the
Hmm.
days, who are unfortunately these days are no longer that active, but they're still there and sometimes around. So it's
Okay.
really great to
Yeah.
still have them. But if you think about it, like what has happened over the past 2.5 years, it's insane. We already made 4 blocks into the blockchain with open source devices, 3 with a BitX and
Nice.
1 with a NerdQX++. So just thinking about that is insane.
Yeah. No, no, no. It is insane, and I believe this is another reason why people are going nuts. They just want to push also their luck to, like.
I think what people really are missing these days, and why we do see that more and more companies are also jumping on into that. We see that
Mhm.
with Brains, we see that with Canon. They are slowly realizing, hey, this home mining market, we can make some money in there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it still doesn't solve the issue that we do have. Trying to make sure that decentralization of the Bitcoin ecosystem goes forward takes a little bit of time. And just plugging in a miner from a different company won't solve it if you just use a centralized pool. So there are so many topics to that.
That's true.
And even for the BitX, like I'd say maybe 20 to 40% don't even know that the BitX is open source. They don't even know what this means. Maybe even more.
Mm, no, I believe you're right. Like I seem, in especially from my own country or from East, which I have a bit more connection, more and more and more people getting into the BTEX, purchasing it on the wrongest websites
Okay.
uh, you can possibly imagine. So, to your question, there are people who doesn't know even what open source mean. Yes, because otherwise, I don't say like they have to choose a specific shop or whatnot. There is a fucking list. There are people who knows how to build them. Um, just
I
don't
mean, one
fucking
one of
go
the
on
biggest
Amazon.
one of the biggest drawbacks that you do have is like, obviously there are so many manufacturers out there now, and this is totally what we do encourage people to do. Just become a manufacturer and build and do sell them. Go for it. I mean,
Yeah,
the BitX is an open source project. The only thing that is tied to is a copyleft license, which is for the software the GPL v3, and for the hardware the CERN OHL v2 license, with the S for strongly re- reproducible. I don't cannot pronounce that word. But
no worries.
basically the cool thing about this whole ecosystem is like, you can do whatever you want with that. You can build it, you can sell it. You don't have to pay anything. But the only drawback, if you want to call it like that, that you do
Hmm.
have is, if you make a single change, you need to publish that
Yeah,
so that everybody benefits off of that. And that's the ethos that we do have. All of the things, like, we put over 3 years into that now, even more if you do count in the initial setup that Scott had. It took him over 2.5 years to even just get this thing started. And
no, I
now
can.
we are already over 3 years into that. So it's more or less like 5 years already now, from the very beginning to currently. And
That's a
we
shit lot of time.
give, yeah, and we make sure that we put out as much information as we do have, and open source again and again and again, so that people can benefit from it. And sure, at some point, sometimes even myself, I was pissed so many times seeing other manufacturers just taking what we build, close sourcing that, and making their own mine. I was like, dude, come on. But recently, I do realize they just don't get it, and we need to keep up going. And sure, it will mean that in the future there are more and more of these closed source devices. But the only way we can win is going out there and telling the people, you can either purchase this product from them that you don't understand, that you cannot change, that you cannot repair, that you just trust, like the phone that you're now holding in your hand,
Correct.
or you make a little bit of research. You maybe even are interested in learning a little bit more about BitX or other open source miners,
Yeah,
and you purchase it from a manufacturer who is making sure to give you all the information that you need, like
correct.
schematics, the firmware files, everything
Yeah,
else. If you have that, you're on a completely different level. Think about it. Your printer goes broken. You can't do shit. You need to throw it away and you need to purchase a new one. With a BitX, just grab yourself some soldering tools and
and you
fix
fix
it.
it. Yeah. No,
It's
exactly.
simple.
But that's also probably the one of the reason who drove me back then is that I can make it. I can fix it. I fix smartphones, computers, all kind of, not all kind of, most of the electronic things as much as I'm able to. Uh, the BTEX, as you said, is you can do it. You can fix it. As much as you have the schematics, as much as you have the file, you can do it. Um, a Canon, how can I repair it? For sure, I'm gonna find some videos, someone who fix it, but I don't have schematics. I cannot learn how the thing is made, even if I'm not an electronic engineer, which I'm not,
I
which I
mean,
would like to. But
one of the things that some of these companies do have, like Bitmain, for example, they do have these learning courses for administrators or hardware repair centers. So
hmm
they do have a couple of them all around the globe, not that many. And usually these repair centers, they are doing their best. But the knowledge they get taught and they need to pay for to Bitmain is so limited that the repair quality is usually just
yeah,
shit. It's way too expensive because it takes so much time. And on top of that, it's like the only thing they can do is literally check, all right, which part is broken. I don't really know why it's broken. I'm just changing
let's
it.
swap the hashboard. It's easier.
Yeah.
No, no, no. I can imagine.
I mean, I do see it in the chat. Like, Mac Jerry is writing it. If I had to repair it, I would need to learn more. Yeah, you're totally correct about that. I do get it why people are not into open source and why they just say, well, I don't care. I just get myself the cheapest one that I can find. Yeah, but don't come to the developers who build this in their free spare time and ask them for help and think of they're fixing that. Just go to the reseller then.
No, exactly. Because yeah, to come to OSMUS, sorry, my Bitaxe stopped to hash. Okay, where did you bought it? From the reseller. Okay. Did you call them? Did you text them? Did you email them? Oh no, sorry.
I mean, don't get me wrong here. Like we have this huge community, and so many people are in there and helping each other. But the only thing that is disappointing and why it gets sometimes a little bit bad in a taste is that we've even seen manufacturers just telling their customers, well, if you do have a problem, just go to the
Go to
developers.
them. Yeah.
Just go to them and ask them. They will answer you. I'm like, no, I'm sorry,
No,
but that's not how customer support works. You do not put that into the hands of people who are
no,
working just for free on a cool tech stuff.
exactly.
I don't know how you could come up with that, but apparently it seems to work for them. And I'm sorry to say that, but you people out there are stupid enough to go into these cheap websites and think it's just easier to purchase a cheap one instead of
No, you get what you get. Period.
in the end. What I always do tell the people is just make your own research. If you think it's worth it, go for it. I'm not judging you. I'm
No, no,
not
no.
judging anybody. It's just like, yeah, you get what you get, as you said.
No, exactly. No, no, also like for my own country, luckily there is, for instance, a nice Telegram group, and not always people are like you can see somebody like, hey, I bought uh, a Bitaxe from Frugo, or I bought it from exactly AliExpress. Is it good? What do you think? You just need to ask even on the group, like, guys, where I can buy one, and we will spam you like with whatever, like Bitronics, solo mining in Germany, uh, UK. They're basically everywhere. Bitcoin Brabant in Netherlands. As you said, they just ask around. You're interested, ask around people.
It's
It's
I
freaking
think
simple.
what people are sometimes missing is like they don't want to go around. They don't want to really particularly learn. They just
They
want to
just
go
want
on
it.
Amazon and purchase the next thing they do see.
That can be as well. Can be also like the fact, yeah, I want it now. Tomorrow I have it, for instance, on Amazon. And that is, but that I would say like it became like a general behavior around
I mean, Amazon
nowadays.
is really neat because you just purchase something and you if you don't like it, you send it back and you get your money back. So from a customer perspective, I totally do understand it. But as I said, I'm working with my ethos of like thinking, all right, I give all of that to the world for just making sure that it works and that people are amazed about that. And it's just sometimes sad to see that people just don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
but apart from that, we do have a question from MacJerry here. I was wondering, uh, since you two are here, can you help me use my Waveshare C6 instead of the S3? So there are two things when it comes to the ESP32C6. If I'm not mistaken, it only has one processor core in it, and the second is the pin layout would probably 100% not work on all of the boards that are currently designed. The current style, the current design that we do have on the BitX and all of the Node X devices is basically that we use the ESP32S3 and we have tied it so neatly into both of these products that sure, it is possible to swap them out with other processors, but you need to write firmware yourself for that because they don't exist. And a C6, I mean, I'm not 100% sure if this C6 was the one with only one core or if it also does have two cores. But the current designs are only for the S3 variants and not for any other ones. So I'm sorry to tell you, but currently that's not possible. Maybe in the future, but the S3 chip is rather cheap. It's widely available and it's just so easy to get. So I don't see it currently that there would be a need to develop on other platforms.
By the
Apart
way,
from,
I see a Bitaxe Ultra on my back,
you see,
which is on the
dude, I have
on.
so many of them. Wait,
No, this one I won it in.
I have a Max here, like one of the
Oh,
OG ones,
nice.
even with the old connector. Let's see if the camera is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
picking that up.
Nice.
It's like the old connector. That was my very first BitX that I ever got. Like back in the days, there was only one single merchant, and I just got it from him. That was like really the early days. He was building all of them by hand, and
Wow.
he probably only sold like 10 or 15 per month because he was not capable of building more of
Yeah,
them.
no, no. I totally understand it. I totally understand it.
I mean, think about it. That piece was only like 300, 350 gigahashes. And these days, you can get yourself a NodeQX++ with almost 5 terahash.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
soon another board with like 2.5 terahash.
Nice.
So there are lots of things going around. And I also do, I have so much here. Wait. I have another NodeQX++.
Ale. Yay.
I have another broken Ultra.
Nice.
It's funny. I did
I have them all also.
I
Wait.
did receive that on a conference that I was attending in Germany. Like someone was just coming up and was like, "WantClue, can you help me?" I was like, "Yo, what's up?" And he's like, "I do have this BitX, but it's broken. Can you fix it?"
Of course.
Yeah. I'm sorry, it's still on my desk.
Wait a second. I just realized one thing.
So yeah, as you do see, there's so many things going on, and
Because I got another piece.
show us. Oh,
This is the stand.
oh. So they do have this stand with a fan on the back to blow onto the backside of it.
Basically, yes.
Nice.
No, no. The design is it's amazing. Thermal light. No, I think so. Yeah, thermal light. No, no. That's super nice. Just waiting now, waiting, fucking waiting all the time. UPS.
I mean, yeah, it's a shame if you do wait for all of these components, but eventually they will arrive, and then
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, it's me that from time to times I have no patience and
I want to show you something else as well. I do have this right here.
oh, this one
Let me
was
let me let me plug it in.
wasn't the
Um,
thing.
Let's see if
That
it works.
GPIO was showing on the computer upstairs on the whale pass.
Yes, exactly. That's the thing that I told him to build into it. It's all right. Seems like this USB cable is not working. Let me see. Huh. I need to find another USB cable. But basically, it's like a button. You can rotate it.
Mm-hmm.
You can touch it because it's touchscreen, and you can press into it.
Ah,
So that's probably going to be used in the prototype that you just saw on the conference.
nice.
And I'm currently building a design for it so that I can have all the necessary things like seeing your hash rate and all the other things.
Okay.
And then there's going to be something cool
Yeah.
appearing.
I can imagine. I see already the things I saw.
Don't tell too much about that.
No. I saw things. I saw things. Nice. So more things are coming up.
That's the
The
cool thing. There are always more things coming up. Like
Since we're
it's
talking,
yeah,
the eco miner.
yeah. What's with that?
Uh, how 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 far is it? Because that I think is gonna be my next step. I already know that it's gonna be painful, extremely painful, as far as I was reading. Um, but yeah.
So let me quickly go into the Discord server first. And for everybody who is viewing this later on, if you want to check out our community, you can find it on the discord.gg/OSMU. So we do have this project called EcoMiner. And as far as I do know, it is functional. It is working. If you go into the channel, you can even find the pinned message to his GitHub repository. So yeah, it is working. Let me quickly show you that.
Yeah. Actually, I just see the message from Phil that
Let me share that here. Let me bring that up to the maximum here for the audience. So this here is the Nerd Eco. If I'm not mistaken, it's 12 chips
yeah.
and it's roughly 14 terahash. Probably this will be picked up someday in the future from the manufacturers as well. It's super funny. One thing that you do notice
Hmm.
is as soon as someone in the open source miners community is publishing something, it takes a couple of weeks and Chinese manufacturers are building it as well.
Yeah, on
It
on
it's
our
insane.
favorite website, you can find already the pre-assembled board.
Yeah, so that's one thing. And one thing that I also want to mention here is it's great that they do that and bad at the same time because if you look around, the BitX GT, the Gamma Turbo, it's not released. All of the versions that are sold worldwide, there are like two resellers who are reselling the BitX GT. These are development units. They have bugs in them. They don't work 100%, and they are still be sold. And people think the BitX GT is out there and it's working. And just a couple days ago, I released the version 2.11.0 for the BitX, and people are complaining, "Oh, my GT is no longer working." And as soon as I do tell them, "Well, the GT hasn't even released," they just come back, "Well, it does have. I just was able to purchase it. Why is it not working?" Dude, please Google open source and please make sure that you do understand how all of these things are working. Because the only thing that's happening is like some manufacturer is producing that, is putting that out to the customers, and is not even caring about if the device is working or not, and
Exactly. It's
sending
just
them over to the developers. Doesn't
yeah.
make sense. Mm. But here, that's the design of the Nerd Eco. It's
Yeah,
it's
it's
a working
nice.
design, but it's a design that is drawing really much power. I mean, just look at the stats here that you do have. You need 12 volts, and he was using a 40 amp power supplies. So that's over
Jesus.
400 watts of a power supply that he was using there. I think using that device is not even safe for numerous reasons. I mean, it's working, but there are so many things that could go wrong. And the dude who designed that did a fantastic job. He got the chips for that. He got from Open Source Miners United from our community because we had a couple of chips, and we just used our funds to send them over to him so that he can develop on it.
Okay.
It's
No, it's amazing. No, but that's why I'm asking, because my hands are itching, and as soon as I'm done with the QX and the new, because I ordered 10 PCB from the new revision of the Octax of
yeah,
Bitmaker. Um, Frankly, these two, the Nerd QX and the new revision of the Octax, I might play a bit around with the overclock
that's good.
just for the fun of it.
You're bringing up a topic that's really important, I do think, to mention here, especially for the people who are using the NerdQX++ or even the Plus version. Like, these devices are not really safe to overclock. They will very likely die if you do overclock them. Not in particular because they cannot withstand it, but they were not designed to be overclocked. So
No, well,
it's super funny. Just go on Reddit. We do have the BitX subreddit there, and you do see people. Oh, I'm overclocking my device, and 2 days ago it was dying. Why is that? Hmm.
that one is, for instance, I see like constantly, and even people sometimes asking me like, how much should I overclock, or what you suggest. I suggest nothing. Don't, simply freaking don't. And I can I might understand why people wants to overclock it, because it's cheaper than maybe buy
Yeah,
another Bitaxe. For me, it's even less sense, because I frankly don't fucking care. I build another one. But you know, okay, maybe with the Q plus plus, QX, the Octax for sure, you can gain a bit more terahash. Um,
for sure.
for something smaller, well, I mean, I played a bit with the Gamma, but
And even
just,
and even if you want to go bigger, there are other things.
oh yeah,
Yeah, it's heavy.
yeah, that's particularly heavy. But that one is drawing like a kilowatt,
Yeah,
slightly more than a kilowatt.
one
Uh,
point 1.2 kilowatts probably. Like,
yeah, something like that. I think maybe a bit less, but anyway, above a kilowatt. Um Roughly 32 terahash with the S19J Pro.
yeah, unfortunately, my S19J Pro board that is sitting in that currently is broken. I need to repair that.
Oh, oh shit.
Yeah, I just don't have the time currently. So
Aye, aye.
we'll
But what I
see.
want to say is, you basically have a 32 terahash per over a kilowatt of consumption. Uh, Three octets in basically stock. They consume 600 watt, and you have just a bit less than 30 terahash.
Mhm.
That's what is amazing.
It
Like,
is. It is definitely 100%. It's really amazing, and I mean this space heater that I just showed in the camera, you can. Let me see. Let me remove that. You can also use the S21 hash boards in them. So you
ah,
could also use a little bit more, and then you have like 45 terahash, something like that, or a bit more.
okay, yeah, yeah. Basically, for probably the same amount of power,
Yeah,
like a kilowatt. Yeah, okay, yeah. That would have more sense. That's for sure.
it's the thing. Like with Open Source Minus United, we have quite a ton of these devices, and most of them are particularly small. but slowly we're working into multi-chip devices as well. Like
Yeah.
one of the seeing factors here that we pushed out was with the version 2.11.0, we brought back the original Bitaxe Hex, the so-called Hex Ultra, because it does use the chips from the Bitaxe Ultra back in the
Okay.
days. So with the current firmware, it is again also be able that you can use the latest firmware on them. You were not able
Nice.
to do that for quite a while. I think like 10, 15 releases, we were just ditching it because it was producing so many issues.
Okay.
I only have a 301 version, but the 303 BitX Hex is back. And yeah, we are working on neo models as well. So
Nice.
it's coming up. And sure, 6 chips is one thing, but think about
Actually,
it. We could use old S9s, like the smaller ones, and we can just put in better hashbots in them.
yeah, that's
Things are
nice.
happening.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, the Hex, the 6 chip is the only version of the whatever Bitex or Nerd that I didn't build. It's the only one I miss.
The hex in particular is rather complicated. And the reason being for that is that we do use multiple voltage domains. What you do
Okay.
see for the Node X devices, for example, they all use the same voltage. They all use 1.2 volts as the incoming voltage. But with voltage domains, you can, for example, hook up all of the AC chips in series when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to voltage and also all the information signal traces that you do have.
Okay.
And then you have 3.6 volts. For example, if you have 3 domains, we go to the first ASIC, 3.6 volts. It goes
Okay.
down to the second ASIC, 2.4 volts, and then to the last ASIC, 1.2 volts. So we have like 3 domains. And now we need to make sure that we also uplift or downlift the signals that are sent to the chips so they don't get burned out. And this particular stuff is really, really complicated because it's called level shifting. It's really technical. It is really an issue for itself. And it
Okay.
requires a ton of components, tiny components.
Yeah, that when I was looking, I think was the X the 303 version of the whole of the Hex.
Mm.
Yeah, it was the 303. I was like, should I or should I do the NerdQ plus plus? Because in the end, I went with that just because the components are bigger. They're, yeah, sorry to say that it's easier, except for the the temperature sensor, except for that tiny little piece of thing. The rest are easy to maneuver.
Yeah, that's the thing. The designer of most of the Node X devices, PMax, he is more on the side of, well, fuck it. I'm just gonna build a board which I can solder myself. Otherwise, I'm not interested in that. And therefore, he does use bigger components because he want to make sure that he can build them
I mean,
himself. These
he
tiny
has his point.
components that you do see on a BitX, it's like, can I
Yeah,
see that
like
in the camera?
in the gamma, like multiplied by.
You see all these tiny dots? These are all components.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
are so tiny. You can barely do that with your hands. Like you need tweezers, and you need to be very careful. I've made a ton of videos about that. I showed on my YouTube channel how to do that, but it
Oh,
takes time.
that's a good idea.
It
That's
takes
a good one.
time. It takes patience, and you need to have like a steady hand. If
Yeah,
you're shaking,
that
you
doesn't work. I know.
you probably will have issues, like
No, no, no. I
99%.
100% agree. Um, for me, it went a bit better in the moment when I got the preheater, because then I didn't need to use a lot of, let's say, air.
Mhm.
And setting at the lowest, like the fan at the lowest power. Okay, I'm soldering quite hot, around 400, with the preheater usually around the 300. But then I can stay even a bit far, and these tiny components, they're not flying away. And that was my main issue. They
Yeah,
were
I mean,
flying away.
the issue that you have with bigger boards, especially with the way of how we do build them, is you need a lot of heat because there's so
Yes.
much copper in these PCBs that you do have issues of actually getting it to a certain degree so that
Yeah.
the solder paste is actually melting and making connection with all of the components. So having something like a preheater or a heating bed where you can place on the
Yeah.
components is helping you a ton. Or if you have like a double-sided board, then you use something like an oven.
That is coming. That is finally coming. At least for me. Is next week I'm getting the payslip, and it's coming. Yeah, I'd to make basically over 25 PCBs, and if I want to do them, let's say in a decent time, then I'm gonna hammer them into the oven.
Yeah, it takes time and
Yeah.
heat. I mean, sure, there are even open source pick and place machines that you could technically use.
Um,
They cost money, and
the pick and place I was looking for, because I was looking about the prices and stuff. The Opulo,
hmm,
which is open source, it's basically you compose it, you build it by yourself.
hmm,
It's highly expensive, man.
yeah, that no, this one is in particular very cheap if you think about it. Like actual pick and place machines cost easily 4, 5, 6 times of that easily.
No, yeah, okay.
So the Opolu is an open source project, and I think they just released the version 4 of it because the first versions that they do released, it was working. If you're just trying to assemble like a couple PCBs, yeah, you can use them, but really, really quick, you will notice that the machine is not really that accurate, and it will lose
Okay.
components, and it will just
Yeah.
have issues. So they are still improving on that, and I think the version 4 is better, but it's still not there as I would say, well, I would purchase something like this to start a production.
Okay.
Maybe a small one, like I don't know, you try to assemble
No,
like
or if you
10,
have
10
really like
boards, maybe.
2 grand just for the fun of it, you know.
Yeah, but
But
even then it's like 2 grand, man.
yeah,
And
no, that's why I say like 2 grand just for the fun of it. Like
and
you have at least like 10, 20 times more probably. Uh,
that's the thing. Like if you think about it, 2 grand is not nothing. That's a ton of money. And if we're now talking about, all right, let's go into serious pick and place machines, they easily start at like 16K.
no, yeah, with the conveyor belt and stuff like this, then yes. Simply desk, very decent, like more than decent.
Yeah, 6K, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. I found like here in the Netherlands five and a half, but yeah, the oven desk, we're talking about another 4 to 5,
Probably.
and that's excluding the transportation.
That's excluding the transportation. That's excluding all of the hassle that you need to put into it to even just get it running.
Yeah,
Like that, you need to have like a program. You need
yeah,
to make sure that it somehow knows where the parts need to go and everything else. It's a learning curve, but it's a steep learning curve because
yeah,
as soon as you figured it out, it's just like, all right, I'm messing around with it. I'm changing a couple of settings. Like pick and place machines are really cool. I had the chance to work on a couple of them and figure out of how they do work. I
okay.
particularly was also really interested in the Opulu. I was even thinking once about it, but then I just sat back because I from a couple of friends of mine, they tried the Upolu and it was failing them. And I was like, okay,
Mm,
it's cool, it's open source, but I'm waiting for a future release, maybe a version 5 or version 6.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any releases on the version 4 so far, but I have hopes that a future version, even if it is a little bit more expensive, it will hopefully be better, because
No,
I
but
want to
well,
have such a thing. They are so cool, but then you need space as well, and yeah, I don't have space. I can turn around and that's it.
at least you got your studio. I basically, well, because my girlfriend is working from home, of course, not every day, but few days a week. So we share the studio. Here, where I'm sitting, is my, let's say, gaming desk.
Well,
Behind
that's
is
great.
where she works. Imagine that my gaming desk becomes every weekend like my small laboratory, and it started to getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and the space was literally running out. And in the end, I
Mm.
moved to the living room.
Yeah, somehow you need to figure these things out, and yeah, space is limited, especially if you're living in bigger cities. That's the reason why I do love it that I just live on the countryside, because
Yeah,
space is a little bit better there. It's still expensive, but a
no,
little bit better.
that's for sure. That's I 100% agree with you. And but here in Netherlands also we have a huge house market crisis. So change even to rent, it's out of the question, and you cannot find it. So I need to improvise, and now my improvisation is a new desk in the living room. I even bought the 3D printer now, and yeah, I need even the smallest, sorry, the basic stands, but I need to make them by myself. I cannot keep. I mean, yeah, well, I can for sure. I'm gonna keep buying the stands from X-Tech because they're a piece of art.
Yeah, I do.
But
I do have one here.
I think I know what you got because, but that is, yes, that it's a, this is a pure art.
Yeah, it's a piece of art, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
congrats again to the to X-Tech guys because no, it's amazing.
I mean, the only thing that would even be more cooler would be if that thing would be made out of of metal, aluminium, stuff like that. I mean, the stand itself, it's brilliant. I love it.
Yeah,
But think about how much more premium that would be if it would be out of metal. Just saying.
no, that I agree on that, WantClue. No, that's for sure. No.
Paradigm Miner is asking if we do a Bitaxe giveaway. No.
Oh, I just opened. Oh wow. Apparently there are. Hi everyone. 50 people on X watching us.
Awesome. Hi, everyone.
Nice guys. I don't know if I can see the chat because maybe I have no idea how. So yeah, so I had to buy the printer, and now talking about space, even less space.
Yeah, that's the thing. It will catch up on all of your space that you do have. So ideally, you would have a second place, but who can
Yeah,
afford that?
no, I'm just for the fun of it. I was looking for the like a garage, but of course, a garage it's slightly easier to find to rent.
Hmm.
Uh, most
But
of them,
you need power. You need electricity.
ev-
You need internet.
yeah, okay, internet. Okay, I can get the Starlink, the worst scenario.
True.
Um, no, but electricity. In few places they had even like a small sink
Hmm.
uh, with like tap water. There are no windows, and since the door is the garage one,
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to work with the open windows.
Well, at
Hell no.
least you have nice temperatures in the winter.
Yeah, exactly. I'm freezing. Um, so yeah, a tiny place. I would have found. It's a bit far. Like €1,000 exclusive VAT
For purchase or for rent?
for rent.
Oh my goodness, for a garage?
No, okay. This is like 100 something square meter with two
Garage
levels.
or place to live?
No place to make a workshop.
Yeah, that's expensive.
Yeah, it's freaking expensive.
I mean, if that would be your main profession, just doing videos and soldering, then $1,000 is probably okay because then it would be like a business expense. But sure, if you just do that for the fun,
That's the thing. Now like up to 300-400 euro, I could manage it. Uh, I mean, I just reduce to smoke the first thing, and uh, jokes aside, I would manage it. But no, right now I have to play Tetris in the house. It is what it is. But
yeah, well, let's see how this turns out.
no,
Apart,
exactly.
apart from that, so you've worked a little bit on a couple of these PCBs and you made a ton of videos about how to solder on them. What are you looking for in the future? Like, what do you want to build next?
That's the. I have a couple of things that
I
I'm
know.
very very intrigued. Um,
Wait,
of course, the Bitforge, the Eco possibly.
what about this?
Then yeah, man, I forgot about. Oh, thank you to remember me. Um, when we do that, the nose. I forgot about that. When we do that,
When do we have time?
fair
So,
enough. Fair
for
enough.
everybody who's watching right now, the idea that we do have is I have still a couple of NerdNose PCBs laying around, and I told Decentralized Mind, hey, you know what? Let's just do a competition of you and me both live streaming soldering, and whoever solders and makes it working first just wins, just out of loads, out of fun.
Yeah,
So
yeah, 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 yeah.
I should
No,
have
let's.
brought the components with me. I mean, we're close to Christmas. I'm not sure if we can still manage to do this year, but I'm really
No, we
looking
can.
forward to doing that.
We can pick. No, exactly, because right now, also at least for me, I have a few birthday and Christmas freaking time where at work, because of course people goes in holiday, goes back to their countries, whatever.
Yeah.
Uh, I do nothing as a loser. Um so I'm gonna be at work.
Well,
No,
you're gonna
also,
be earning some money to put into sets. That's also great.
yeah, no, that's the main reason why I'm still there. Uh,
See,
no, yeah, main reason actually there are two reasons only, because everything else sucks. Shit lot of money, and the fact that I'm by myself and nobody's calling me unless really some emergency happen. Nobody's coming to me, so I'm in my limbo.
I mean that's great. So you have a little bit of your own time,
Yeah.
but
Today,
yeah, it's still work. But apart
no, no,
from
no.
that,
It's still work, of course, and then like days like today with hails, rain with hails. Uh, they're terrible. But yeah, well, I choose the country, so I cannot complain too much.
by the way, I also do have a product which is gonna be. I'm, I think I'm not even allowed to show this yet. So there are a couple of things coming up, and I'm just maybe just showing here the side to give you a little bit of an idea. Like there's a power cable going in here. There's a,
Ah,
and maybe you see that there is a
looks
potential.
intriguing.
Maybe there's a screen, a huge touch screen to it.
Nice.
So things are coming. Like so many stuff is going on.
No, yeah, that's what the, at least for me, like more of new things, in especially also how I'm thinking, how, what to build next. Let's say, is what people want to have next,
I, I
and
think
and
I
that's
think
the
to that people want more hash power, but I think it's not about you. You cannot put something that is raw onto the people's desks, and
no, that's
for
for
that
sure
in
not.
particular, I built this one here. It's called the Bitforge.
Yeah,
It's this PCB that you saw
yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
There are benefits and there are pros and cons to that. I mean, the Bitforge itself, currently it's not open source because I was just developing it over a course of 1 year with a very good friend of mine. And we had so many issues we needed to figure out. It just took so long. And now we finally managed to get everything up and running. It's working, the firmware is working. And next month, so in December, we are planning of releasing this device so that
Nice,
everybody does have a small 2.5 terahash miner at home. So
nice.
yeah, but also what I was about to say is like what I do believe people want in the next one is devices that are small, beautiful, and still mining. Like I don't believe you need to have 30, 40, 50, 60 terahash at home. Maybe in the future, but for now, I think the most important thing is to build beautiful products that
And
people can just have on their desk and don't be afraid or ashamed of
and on
because
this one,
it's like ugly.
I agree. Take for instance the Nano S, Nano 3S, Nano thing from Canon. Take all these, even like a shitcoin miner for Doge, this gold shell, and whatever. Actually, the Avalon Q, it, to me it looks nice, but because it as the
You're a nerd.
yes, I mean, to me it resemble like computer server,
Yeah,
gaming server. It's simply fucking nice.
it
Um,
is.
and yes, people already start to look on even the stand back to X-Tech, like these fancy stands. And that's what, for instance, I cannot really exactly.
It,
Uh,
it is it is beautiful. And I think we need more of these
yes,
premium products, like not premium in price, but premium in like build quality
yeah,
and in detail for the customer.
yeah.
And that's the thing that I'm really intrigued into. Like, sure, you can go out there and get yourself the cheapest Bitaxe that you can find, do it. But is it going to be beautiful? Is it going to be something that you want to have on your desk?
No, that's actually a good rhetoric question. No, exactly. I was, because I'm working basically by myself, and I was thinking and overthinking like a nice enclosure for the Octex, hoping that is not gonna overheat too much. Uh, Another thing I start to work on it is to that is not might not be very like fancy, but is or supposed to be performing at least. Because I didn't have tested yet. Basically, the heatsink from the S21,
Mm-hmm.
cut it 150 millimeter by 10, and you basically fit this strip of heatsink on the top of the power stages of the octets. Also because Pual made basically already the holes
Yeah.
for this custom heatsink, and so that one I'm gonna I'm gonna I'm going to try and see. But I was imagining like a nice enclosure thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'll find the time to learn a fusion.
I was about to say just learn Blender or Fusion.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's I
I
have to.
tried it. It's it's insane. It,
I study AutoCAD back in school. Back in
hmm.
school, we are talking about almost 20 years ago. But things are basically very similar. The concepts are similar. Um, it's the difficulty for me is to put in from what I have in my head on, well, in this case, not on the paper but on the screen. And all how to make, for instance, the honeycomb shape of the structure, all these small details which made in the end the final product a way better. That's the
Hmm.
thing. But we will see with time.
We'll see.
Exactly.
All right. I think we're getting close to a time frame here.
Yes.
I think we should wrap up all the things we just talked about today. It was more of like, all right, let's talk a little bit freely, not really any sort of topics apart from showing random things in the camera.
Good point. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, yeah, exactly. It was about just simply having a chit chat, hardware, software,
There are so many
open
things out there,
source.
and I just do hope that people are interested in that
Yeah,
and they do grasp what it means, what people are out there and building. Like, sure, okay, it's cool. Some people are building some Bitcoin miners out there. That's not the only thing. There's so much more open source things out there that you can just build yourself, that you can get into, that
yeah,
you can understand. And I think that is the beauty of it, that you can just get into these things,
yeah.
and it's not complicated to do that.
No, no, no. You just need people just need a bit of, I don't know, motivation, the drive to, well, push your limit. Maybe in some
Yeah.
cases like mine. Um, and even if there is a failure, just go for it. Keep going because no failure, no results, basically.
Yeah, definitely. And the best thing is you only learn from failure. You don't learn from success.
100% agree. And especially this is I learned it exactly on the multi-chip bird.
It's
Um,
it's always the same. Like with
yes.
programming, with figuring other things out, doing woodwork, doing soldering, doing welding, you
Yeah.
only
No. No.
learn from
Exactly.
failure.
Everything. Even riding on BMX. How many times I
Yeah,
fell, and yet I'm still learning. So
you're still alive, so it worked out.
with not so many broken bones. So it's good. It's good. No, it
All
was
right.
nice.
Do we have any questions in the chat? Let's
Good
see.
point.
I
Let me
don't
check.
see I don't see any questions in the chat.
Me neither.
What about X?
On X, nothing. Chat is clean.
Nice.
Nobody questioning us.
Maybe we should do a little bit of a Q&A in the future, or have like streams of us both on the desk and doing some soldering.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We can do it definitely.
Yes.
We can in the future we can always try to make the like this one, but as a space, so people in the case can join us on the stage and like you do guys on a town hall. So we can do many things. We will find the
Great.
time.
So I think it is time to wrap up or just end over with this stream. And I hopefully think that you found this today's
Oh no
thing
no.
what we did great.
Oh
And
no,
I'm
definitely.
looking forward to do more with you.
We will. Same here. Same here. Was a pleasure and a nice chat. Definitely. What we didn't say at Bitcoin Amsterdam, we said here.
Yeah, 100%. I do agree on that.
Now we are gonna make it more.
All right. So I do thank everybody for tuning in, and I'm gonna say goodbye. We
Goodbye, everyone.
are gonna end up this stream right here. So
All
thanks
right.
for joining in, and have a awesome day wherever you are, and just keep up learning.
Same for me. Enjoy, everyone. Have a good one.